All right, we live. Shalom, Israel, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Thumb. I'm Priest and Officer of 1,000 Tazab. With me is Priest and Officer of 1,000 Yesad.
Shalom, y'all.
All right, now let's get started. We're gonna get started right on this class, but make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to all our channels, man. Go to ISUPK Shreveport. So like Officer Yesad, you give it to him. What's the channels for Louisiana?
We ISUPK Louisiana. It says
Okay.
ISUPK Louisiana.
All
Now on
right. On
Facebook, we be
YouTube.
ISUPK Shreveport. Flat.
All right. All right. So YouTube, ISUPK Louisiana. Facebook, ISUPK Shreveport. Make sure you also follow ISUPK Jackson on YouTube and ISUPK. I'm sorry, ISUPK Mississippi on YouTube and ISUPK Jackson on Facebook, as well as ISUPK Monroe on Facebook. All right. Make sure y'all hit them like buttons, hit them subscribe buttons, hit them shares and all that. We're gonna get into it. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. We got Shapar Yahawada, all right, in the building checking in from Louisiana. Shalom, sis. Y'all Shamar Thaba Shamar Shah. All right, so what we're gonna go into, man, is who is Esau? And this is something that's very important because, of course, we have to know our history. If you don't know our history, we're bound to repeat it. All right. And every single nation on the earth, every nation is found in the Bible. Their history is in the Bible. You understand? It's not something that's old and ancient and outdated and don't exist. These things matter. And they matter because the Most High say they matter. You know what I mean? You Christians and churches, y'all just look at the Bible like it's so spiritual and it's so magical, like it's a fairy tale book. And then you read what you like out of it, and then you toss the book aside, and you wonder why the world has no answers for all the questions that they had. You wonder why you go to church on Sunday, you ask questions to your pastor, and he don't have an answer. He tell you don't question God, as if he's God. I ain't questioning God. I'm questioning you, nigga. So who else we got in here? We got Nazama Najul. Shalom, sis. I've been seeing her name a lot lately.
Rakah.
Okay, Rakah, your size real, Most High Christ. Shalom, sis. All right. This is you, right? You can decide, or is this another brother?
Yeah, that's me right there.
Okay, Most High Christ. Trooper Gabar, Allah, checking in from Lafayette, Louisiana. All right, Most High Christ. Make sure again y'all subscribe to ISUPK Monroe on Facebook, ISUPK Jackson on Facebook, ISUPK Mississippi on YouTube, ISUPK Louisiana on YouTube, ISUPK Shreveport on Facebook. Okay, so let's get into it. If I could I get the book of Genesis chapter 10 by Uncle Shaq? Because again, every nation on the earth is found in the Bible. The Bible is a history book. This little black book right here, that the world says the most famous book in the world, and nobody has the answers. Like nobody knows what's in this book. Nobody really truly knows what's written in these little white pages with black letters and red letters. Nobody really knows what's in here, but the ISUPK does. You understand? And here's the thing too: your oppressor knows what's in here. That's why he works so hard to keep you from knowing what's in here as well. That's why they gave you the slave Bible. They took out all the good stuff, all the stuff that you need to know to save your life, and kept all the stuff that was going to condemn you. You understand? You think these highlights is for nothing? These words is highlighted because we go through this book and we study this book. I'm not highlighting all the things I like in this book. I'm highlighting the things that I don't like as well, because the things I don't like keep me from breaking the laws. The things I don't like keep me from having sex with whores and throwing them away. The things I don't like keep me from voting for an oppressor, voting for a devil to rule over me. You understand? If you could just let me know when you got it, bro. Sure. I think he muted. You know what I mean? These things keep us on the straight path. Come on. Lisa Bruno, Shalom says, property of your side. You gotta help me with that one. Villa Platte.
Ville Platte, Louisiana. Yeah, one of my other
Okay.
ones.
Most time crazy. You got both of the ribs in the class. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because this class helps them keep on that straight and narrow. You know what I mean? Christ said, "Wide is Salaki get
You say,
forgive me."
why the
He said,
way?
"Wide is the way, narrow is the path, man." You know what I mean? You're not gonna make it
Like,
if you don't.
Santa Canora. Wait, straight is the gate, and
Right,
and narrow is the way which leads to life. Yeah, and
right, right,
broad.
right. The water.
Right, right.
As broad as the way to destruction, right?
Yeah, I'm right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This way that we follow is very straight and narrow. You ain't gonna get through this thing. First of all, you ain't gonna get through it alone. Second of all, it's very hard to stay on that path. That's why you gotta stay in class. You gotta ask these questions. Meanwhile, you go into the Christian pastor and you can't ask them no questions. They turn you around like you doing something wrong for asking the Christian pastor a question. You know what I mean? When a pastor is supposed to be a shepherd, he's supposed to lead the sheep. You, the sheep. If your pastor can't lead you, then why are you following him? All right. So if you got that, Brother Michelle, let me get Genesis chapter
All right.
10.
Genesis chapter 10, verse, what verse? Salah.
You start at one.
Done. So the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 1. Now these are the
Mhm.
generation of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Right.
Salah.
Start right there. These are the generations of the sons of Noah. All right. Everybody know about the story of Noah and his sons. Right. We know about it, and we know that Noah's sons are the ones who were used to repopulate the earth. So every nation on the earth comes through that lineage, come through Noah. Everybody else was wiped out off the face of the earth. So everybody else did not exist. It was only Noah and his three sons, and they repopulated the entire earth. So everybody on the face of the earth comes from these four people. Okay, keep
Right.
reading.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And
Right,
unto
three
them,
sons. Mhm. Go ahead, you got it. Select.
and unto them were sons born after the flood.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2.
Keep going.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai,
Mm-hmm.
and Javan,
Mm-hmm.
and Tabal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. Verse 3. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rephet, and Torgama. Verse
Mm-hmm.
8, verse 4.
You can
Sons
drop
of
down
Javan.
to Salakia. Drop down to verse 22. So this is showing you that this is showing you the lineage of everybody. It's showing you the
Right,
lineage of Noah's sons. How they had sons and sons and sons. And notice it's always saying sons. It's never gonna say daughters unless it says begat sons and daughters. But it's not gonna say in such and such begat this daughter, and then that daughter begat that daughter, and then that daughter begat that daughter. It's not going to tell you that because it doesn't follow a matrilineal lineage. It
right.
follows a patrilineal lineage, which means it's going off of who your father is. That's what the Bible is based on. You are the son, you are the seed of your father, not the seed of your mother. You understand? You are the seed of your father. Let's drop down to verse 22.
Verse 22. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur,
Mhm.
and Arphaxad,
Mm-hmm.
and Lud, and Aram, verse
Mm-hmm.
23. And the children of Aram, or then Amram, the
Yeah,
prophet
Aram. I would say Aram.
Aram. And the children of Aram,
Mm-hmm.
Uz, and Hul, and Gather, and Mash, or Mash, verse 24. And Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Ebal, verse 25. And unto
Right.
Ebal was
You can
born,
stop. You can. Oh, my bad. Yeah, keep going. That's why
and
I'm
unto
ready.
Ebal, no sweat, was born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days
Mm-hmm.
was the earth divided, and his brother's
Mm-hmm.
name was Joktan.
Right. When did the Most High divide the earth? You know what I'm saying? The Most High divided the earth. It's like it's been honestly the Lord's been dividing the earth since the beginning of time.
Right,
Let's just keep it real. Even during Adam's time, Adam was separated from the rest of the world. You don't believe me? If you go to the book of Genesis, it tells you, you know what I'm saying, that the mankind was made on the sixth day. And then after the seventh day, the Most High made Adam and raised him up. All right? The Most High raised up Adam and he became a living, breathing spirit. You understand? He became a separate, holy. Okay? The Most High took Adam and made him holy. So now he has laws. Now he has dominion in all these things. The Lord's been separating people since the beginning of time. And then
that's
he
right.
did it again during the Tower of Babylon. When they was trying to build up that Tower of Babylon, you understand? They was all working together. The Most High did what? He confounded their languages. Started making them speak different language. Now they can't work together. You ever tried to do a job with somebody that you don't speak the same language as? You can't get nothing done. You like, okay, what you want me to do? What are you saying now? He don't know what you saying, and you don't know what he's saying. How y'all gonna get the job done?
Right. Shit, Salakia. That was like what the, I
Mm-hmm.
think Saturday in Texas at the hotel share. But we needed to go get some more toilet paper. But Issachar,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't speak Spanish. They couldn't speak English. So I'm doing sign language, trying to get, and finally I thought about going to Google and translate it. Then we was able.
Right.
But shit, we were about 5 minutes, and I'm making the wipe sound. I'm doing everything. We just couldn't communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When we got to
Uh,
the Google translated, everything went smooth. Said, oh, all right. It was
right.
just
It wasn't that crazy. You see what I'm saying? The only like it makes it hard unless you can speak each other's languages. But the
I'm right.
Lord is smarter than man. The Lord, the Most High, is way smarter than man. He knows better than you. You know what I mean? So you trying to build up a damn skyscraper to reach heaven? He gonna shut it down. All he gotta do is change our languages, make y'all speak different languages. It's just like that. Oh damn, we can't even work together no more. This is a done deal. We might as well move on.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So, but these are the lineages of all the people in the entire earth, man. And Shem is the lineage that the Most High chose. Shem is the lineage that the Lord said, I'm going to bless this lineage. Because out of that lineage came who? Jacob, Israel. You understand? Out of that lineage came Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the lineage that God chose. All right, so let's drop that. Let me get the book of. Let's see. Let's get the book of. I'm gonna lead y'all down a breakdown, right, of who Esau really is. And I know everybody's used to Genesis 25 and 25, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna show you that without a shadow of a doubt, your oppressor, so-called white man, is Esau. All
Right.
right, give me the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1, and that's in the Apocrypha. If you don't know what the Apocrypha is, it's literally translated to taken out of or drawn out of. All right, and it's called that because it was taken out of the original King James Bible. When a black man named King James, who ruled the Stuarts, right? He ruled in England over the Stuarts and Scots, and he commissioned 80 plus scholars to translate the Bible from the original Hebrew and Greek writing into English. All right, he commissioned those scholars to translate the Bible. A lot of people get the misconception that King James wrote the Bible, and that is not true. They also get the misconception that King James was a alternative lifestyle white man, which is also not true. All right, but even if he wasn't a black man, the point is he didn't write the Bible. He hired scholars to translate the Bible from its original text, and it was done in a
It's a lot.
text-to-text translation. Kind of, you got it.
Yeah, I wanted to say, shit, but I have it in the combat Zondervan dictionary. You want me to read that
Mm-hmm.
real quick?
If you could,
King
if you
James
don't mind.
Version, page 86. When when Elizabeth, let me see, I'm gonna get straight to it. Well, when Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been king of Scotland for 37 years at James VI. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible to replace the Bishop Bible. 47
Mm-hmm.
of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day was divided into six groups: three for the Old Testament, two for the New, and one for the Apocryphal. Two of the groups met at Oxford, two at Cambridge, and two at Westminster. When the group had completed its task, it worked with submitted to 12 men, two from each panel. Final differences of opinion were settled at a general meeting of each company. In cases of special difficult learnment outside the board of revisor was consulted. And it's going, but it's going to let you know that King James didn't wrote it. It was just
Yeah, he
translated.
ain't write the Bible.
Right.
Right, exactly. Threw out for that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that King James didn't write the Bible. I mean, a lot of y'all get the misconception that King James wrote the Bible, and that is not true. The Bible was written by prophets, men of old, who was inspired by the Most High. Okay, who had visions and prophecies. You understand? And eyewitness accounts, because there was a thing called scribes back in the day, and they would write down everything they see. You mean? Some of them saw visions and they wrote down those visions, like Jeremiah. You understand? Like John the Revelator. Like so many brothers in those Bible in those scriptures. You understand? And some of them had eyewitness accounts, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay, some of the things that were written down were stories that was passed down to Moses. Moses had these stories passed down to him. You understand? All that stuff that happened with Adam and Eve, and all the stuff that happened with Noah. These were stories that were passed down through his generation. And of course, we know that's how stories travel. Right? That's how stories, live on. That's how we know stories. That's how we know about the slavery that happened in America, because our family members told us stories about it. That's how we know about the slave trade, because our families told us stories about it. Some of us are fortunate enough to have stories that go back before the slave trade. Some of us, you know what I mean, like the Puerto Ricans, the Tainos, they have stories that date back past the slave trade. The Mexicans have stories that date back past the slave trade. Okay, so these are how stories live on. You pass them down through your generations. All right. So where we going? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened
Mm-hmm.
after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came
Mm-hmm.
out of the land of Chittim, and
Right.
smitten.
Pause 1 second. You know what I'm saying? I love the way that that verse starts because it starts with "and it happened."
Right,
Right? Why? Because we know that this actually happened. Who is Alexander? You might know him as Alexander the Great. I call him Alexander the Greek. Okay, because he was a Grecian. He was a Greek man from Macedonia, from the land of Chittim. You understand? This is an actual person. He conquered Persia. Okay, and it's about to tell you in this verse. Go ahead, you got it.
had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes,
Right,
and
he
he reigned.
smitten Darius. Darius was the king of Persia. He was the king over the Persians and the Medes. All right, that's who we talk. That's who we reading about right now. This is actually happened. If you go do the history, let me see if I can pull it up. Um, it's King Darius. This ain't something I'm making up. This is something that you can learn about. I mean, most of us learned about it in high school. They taught us about Alexander the Great, even though they don't teach us anything about our history before slavery, even though they don't teach us anything about anybody else's history but Greek and Roman history. You know what I mean? They made sure that they taught us about Alexander the Great and how he destroyed King Darius and took over Persia. Let me see if I can share this real quick. I think this is it. Share screen. Bear with me. All right, it's the Battle of Guagamela. Guagamela, I believe this is Okay, Battle of Guagamela, also called the Battle of Arbela, took place in 331 BC between the forces of the army of Macedon. Here's a little short description. The kingdom of Macedon possessed one of the greatest armies in the ancient world. It is reputed for the speed and efficiency with which it emerged from Greece to conquer large swaths of territory stretching from in Egypt in the west to India in the east, initially of little account in Greek world. And this is why the Greeks rule a major part of Africa. Okay, the Greeks, Alexander the Greek ruled over Egypt. If you didn't know, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about the whole history with the Queen Cleopatra or whatever, but I believe she was a Greek, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Cleopatra was a Greek woman who was worshipped as their queen or their pharaoh's queen. I don't know how Egypt culture goes, but you know what I'm saying. Those were Greeks. Those were white people. All right.
Right.
So it says
It's a lot.
took place in 331 BC. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh no, no, go ahead. No, no, I was thinking you was
No, no. Go ahead. You want to
finished
say
with
something?
that. No, no, but thinking you were finished with that. I was gonna give a precept when Daniel prophesied by Alexander, when they say and it happened, it was starting to happen exactly how
Mm-hmm.
Daniel had said it was gonna happen. And I was gonna
Right.
read
Yeah.
Daniel 8, 20 and 21.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get that next. I'm gonna finish reading this real quick.
Come.
BC, 331 BC, between the forces of the army of Macedon under Alexander the Great and the Persian army under King Darius III. It was the second and final battle between the two kings and is considered to be a final blow to the Achaemenid Achaemenid, I don't know, empire, resulting in its complete conquest by Alexander. So this is real history that actually happened in the Bible. This validates the Apocrypha. You understand? Not that the Apocrypha needed this to be validated, but for those who are skeptical and saying that the Apocrypha is not real and you shouldn't consider the Apocrypha to be legitimate. The Apocrypha is 110,000% legitimate, and
Right.
there's real history to prove it. All right,
That's
you
right.
got it.
Yeah. The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 20 and 21. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia. Verse 21. And the rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. So I was saying that when
Mm-hmm.
Maccabees 1 and 1, when it's saying it happened, Alexander, son of Philip, Alexander was that first king of
Mm-hmm.
Greece. So that Daniel already
Damn
prophesied
right.
years before that. He already had prophesied,
Right.
showing you that the
I
Apocrypha
mean,
go hand in hand with the scriptures, with the Bible, because it is
that's
the same.
absolutely right. That's absolutely right. The water for that.
Beyond
All right. So now we can. Is there any more on that?
I mean, well, then the next verse go about when it was broken and the four kings raised up in his spot on
Okay. All right. No, we
that's
don't
it.
need that. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. We're going back to the Apocrypha. Um, going to the additions to Esther, chapter 16. First, I want 16 and 10, and then 12 and 6. Okay, because now we see Alexander the Great, Alexander the Greek. You understand? Who's a Greek man who's a Macedonian from the land of Chittim. And we're going to see how Alexander the Greek's lineage has any relevance to who Esau is. We're going to show you over time. You know what I mean? Throughout this entire lesson, you're going to start to see just how Alexander the Greek, who was a Greek man, a white man from Greece, how his lineage ties in with Esau's, and we're about to show it to you. So whenever you got it,
Which one first? 16 and
uh,
10.
yes, please.
All right. Addition of Esther. It's Esther chapter 16, verse 10. For Aman, a Macedonian, the son of
Mm-hmm,
Amatato, being indeed a
mm-hmm.
stranger from the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger receive of
Right.
us.
Right. If I could read it one more time,
Verse 10, for
and
Aman.
I'm gonna be, if I could, Salaki, I'm gonna be stopping you too, just so I can break it down so everybody can understand it and understand what we're reading. Go ahead.
For Aman, a Macedonian.
Mm-hmm. Right. Amon is Haman. Right now, some of y'all
Right.
might be familiar with the story of Haman in the book of Esther. All right, and matter of fact, I'll read that real quick just so y'all can get a brief synopsis of who Haman is, right? So this is the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai. Mordecai is Esther's uncle. All right, this is a close relative of Esther. He took good care of Esther. He always looked out for Esther, even when Esther, had the plan. You know what I'm saying? She had a plan of what to do, and Mordecai was like, look, man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart about this stuff. You know what I mean? And but he always had her back. And let me just read on for time's sake. So it says, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore, hey, now the people of Mordecai are who? The Israelites, the Jews. Mordecai was a Jew, which is short for Judah, which is one of the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So when it says for they had showed him the people of Mordecai, the people of Mordecai are the Israelites. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews, there it is, that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. And Esther, for just to fill you in, Esther at that time was one of the wives of one of the Persian kings at that time. I forget the name of the Persian king that was ruling at that time. You understand? But she was one of his wives, and there was another wife who basically that king replaced that wife with Esther. I mean, she was jealous. The other wife was jealous, and she wouldn't do what the king wanted or whatnot. And Esther, being an Israelite, being a beautiful Israelite sister, you know what I'm saying, knew how to treat her husband.
Right.
And that's how she got so close with him. And long story short, she ended up convincing that king to, instead of unaliving her people and Mordecai's people, he decided to unalive his own councilman. Let's call him a councilman for lack of better words. His own councilman. He unalived his own councilman the same way that the councilman, I'm saying councilman because we're in the time of the election and everybody understands what a councilman is, or senator. You can even consider him a senator, right? He decided to unalive this senator the same way that this senator was planning on unaliving all of the Israelites, all of the Jews, all of Mordecai and Esther's people. Why? Because Esther knew how to play her role. She knew what to do to get that king on her side. Even though this king was a heathen and owed nothing to her people, because of how smart she was, how righteously manipulative she was. It's a righteous type of manipulation. You understand? I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know if that's some husbands keep to themselves, but there's a righteous type of manipulation that a wife can do unto her husband. I'm gonna just tell you. And Esther knew how to do it, and she got what she wanted that day. You understand? But let's keep it. King Ahasuerus, I believe you. I believe you may be right, sis. I don't have it right in front of me, so I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, facts. Because the kingdom of Ahasuerus. All right, yeah, facts. The water, sis. You right on. So let's go back to additions to Esther, 16:10. So that's who Haman was. Haman was like the king's right hand man, and he was put to death. You know what I mean? All because of Esther. And if I may too, that's why we keep the Feast of Purim. If you don't know,
Right.
that's where the Feast of Purim comes from.
Right. You want me to read?
All right, go ahead. You got it. It's like it.
All right. Verse 10, additional Esther, chapter 16. For Ammon, a Macedonian, the son of Amathatha,
Yeah, I'm Amadeus, something like that.
being
Mm-hmm.
indeed a stranger from the Persian blood.
Right. So
And
he was not a Persian. Right. The
right,
same Haman was serving under the king, under the Persian king Ahasuerus. Right. He was serving under this Persian king in the Persian kingdom, but he was not a Persian. He was of a strange blood, meaning he was not. He was a stranger. You understand? He was different from them. He was an outsider. Okay, keep going.
and far distant from our goodness, and as a
Mm-hmm.
stranger receive of us.
Right, but even though he was a stranger, he ate with them. You know what I'm saying? He lived among them. He got all the whatever rights Persians had, he had them too. Okay? But who was he? Let's keep going.
Verse 11.
Is that it on that?
That was it on verse 10.
Let me see what 11 say real quick. If not, we can go to chapter 6 or
Verse 11 say, had so far
chapter
forth
12.
had so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called
Mm-hmm.
our father, and was continuing in
Mm-hmm.
honor of all men as the next person unto the king. That was verse
Mm-hmm.
11.
Okay, yeah. Right. So let's get chapter 12, verse 6. You understand?
Book
Because
of
he was
Esther.
like Haman was not a yes, Haman was not a Persian. I mean, he was a stranger in Persia. All right. So let's find out who Haman was. Chapter 12, verse 6. Biblical show.
Book of Esther, chapter 12, verse 6. Howbeit, Aman, the son of Amadathos,
I'm
the
a doctor,
Adjutite,
right? This is the same, right? You know, we talk about the same Haman. And
right,
now in the apocrypha, it calls him Ammon. You know what I mean, it's just the way. Like if you get a 1611 King James Version Bible, the writing is a lot different than
right.
the modern day Bible. I mean, it's the same words, it's just written differently. Like you might see an I where a J would be. You understand? It's just that's just how it is. So it's like,
Like
and you
old
might see a
English.
V. Yeah, that ancient old English, like that's how it's written. The U, it looks like a V. You
Right.
understand? So it's just how it is. But go ahead, you got it. Keep going.
Who was in great honor with the king, sought to molest,
Mm-hmm.
that's Martha, that's Mordecai's, well, Mordecai's kids and his
Um,
people, but
mhm.
it's the Greek for Mordecai's, but it's Mardochus or Marducius is spelled Marducius, and his
Let
people,
me pull it up real quick. I ain't got it.
yeah,
Hold on. Keep going.
because of the two units of the king. That was it on verse 6. But it's spelled
All right.
Mardotheus. Mardotheus. Mardotheus.
All right. Hold on 1 second. So I can bear with me for a second. Mardochus Mardochius. A lot of times that ch is pronounced with like a k for like Greeks. All right, so it says, howbeit Ammon the son of Amaduthus the Agagite. All right, now that's important. You gotta know. Um, you have to know who the Agagites are in order to understand this breakdown. All right. So real quick, let me jump back to chapter 10. Chapter 10, verse Slacky. Chapter, I mean not chapter 10, chapter 16, verse 10. It says, it says, Slacky. For Ammon the Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, right? So Ammon was a Macedonian, just like Alexander the Great was, or the Alexander the Greek, as I call him. Alexander the Greek was a Macedonian, just like Haman was. Haman was also considered an Agagite, and to be an Agagite, you have to. That means that you are the descendant of Agag. So now we're going to find out who Agag is. All right, so let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 8. All right, so in addition to Esther chapter 16, we saw that Haman or Haman was a Macedonian, and then when we jump back to chapter 10, we saw that Haman was also considered an Agagite. All right, so now we're about to find out who Agag is. You got that?
Okay. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive.
The king of the who?
Amalekites.
The king of the who?
Amalekites.
Right. The king of the Amalekites, right? Now we got to find out who the Amalekites are.
Right.
All right. So now, before we do that, though, well, better yet, I'm gonna let you go and get the book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 1, and I'm gonna kind of break this down a little bit. So first off, this story that we just read about Agag, right? Agag was supposed to be put to death by King Saul. If you're not familiar with this story, this is the Most High gave King Saul an order to go and destroy all of Amalek, everything and everybody, every animal, anything that could breathe was supposed to stop breathing that day. You understand? But King Saul disobeyed that order. He kept Agag alive. He kept Agag alive, and he kept some of the cattle alive. Why? For selfish reasons, for gain, for money, for more wealth, for more power. You understand? When the Lord gives an order, you follow that order, and you do what the Lord says. Own it. Ask Judah's son, man, Onan, who was told to fulfill the law of a brother and impregnate his brother's wife, and he did the sex part. You understand? Onan ain't had no problem, you know what I'm saying, going up in there, but he didn't want to stay in there. He didn't want to put his seed in there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to give that woman a child because he knew that child was going to belong to his fallen brother. That child wasn't going to be his. And so he disobeyed the Lord's commandment. And what happened? He fell out right there, man. Died. Gave up the ghost, man. You understand? And it can happen to you anytime. It can happen to me at any time for not obeying the Most High's orders. And King Saul disobeyed the Most High's order, kept Agag alive, kept some of the cattle, and the Lord punished him, man. Took away his old kingdom, then took away his sons, and then took his life. All right. So where we at? Book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 1.
Book of Genesis.
First give me 1, and then you can drop down to 12.
Say read 1, then verse 12.
Come on.
Book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 1. Now these are the generation of Esau, who is
These are the generations of who?
Esau.
Of Esau. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. All right. Now it's about to start making all the sense. It's about to come full circle. So we started with Alexander, you understand, who was a Macedonian, of Chittim, a Grecian, a Greek. You understand? Then we went and found out who Haman was. Haman was also a Macedonian, a Greek. Okay? Who also was a descendant of Agag. Agag was the king of Amalek. Was a king of the Amalekites. And we all know you cannot be a king of a nation unless you're from that nation. Right. Otherwise, that nation would be something else. It wouldn't be the Amalekites. It would be the Judites. If a Judite went and unalived the Amalekites, unalived the king, took over the kingdom, it would no longer be king of the Amalekites. It would be king of Judah, the kingdom of Judah. That's how you conquer. That's how if you look at England, if you look at Rome, or you look at Europe, right? Those names of those places got changed because somebody said, "I'm going to take over this land and call it this."
Right.
That's how they get their names. All right. So with that being said, Salakia, you can read
Verse
verse
12.
12 now.
And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she
Mhm.
bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Right. So we just read this is the lineage of Esau. So we're talking about Esau's children. And Esau had a child named Timnah. And Timnah had a child named who?
Timnah had a and Timnah was concubine, and she bare Eliphaz Amalek.
Salakia. Esau had a son called Eliphaz. My bad. And Eliphaz had a son called who?
Amalek.
Amalek. This same Amalek who is the progenitor of Agag.
Right.
Agag, who is the same progenitor of Haman. Haman, who is a kin and relative to Alexander the Greek. These are Greek people. These are who? White people.
Damn right.
We all know that the Greeks are white. Like, who don't know? If you don't know that Greeks are white, raise your hand. Everybody should have their hand down because everybody knows that the Greeks are white. This ain't new. This ain't a breakdown. This is common sense. This is history. You understand? So if Alexander the Greek was Greek, Haman was Greek, but Haman was also a Agagite, and Agag was a descendant of Amalek, and Amalek is a descendant of Esau, then you can only conclude that Greeks are Esau. That's plain cut and dry. All right, so now with that being said, anybody you got a question? You got something you want a precept you want to bring up or something?
Allah knows. I'm a Tawab.
Okay, let me get Genesis 25, verse 25. So now let's find out who Esau is. Now we'll put it all together. All right. We know that the Greeks are Esau. Well, who is Esau? It was written in the book of Genesis. And if
Right.
you open up your Bible any day in your life, you will know these things. But of course, you listen to your pastor. You don't listen to the Bible. You don't listen to the Most High. You don't go into the Bible and find out what the Most High said. You just take your pastor's word for it. Whatever your pastor said, that's the truth. Which is why you celebrate. You go into the church on Sunday. You understand? When the Lord said to keep the Sabbath day holy, which is the seventh day of the week, and anybody with a calendar knows that the seventh day of the week is Saturday, not Sunday. Okay.
Right.
This is why you celebrate Christmas. When the Most High said, don't celebrate Christmas in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Yeah, don't do what the heathens do. Because they go into the woods, cut down an evergreen tree, bring it back into their house, and they decorate it. They put silver and gold all over it. Who does that? White people. Every December 25th. And you don't even realize, here's the thing about Christmas. Christmas and that Yule log and the cutting down of that evergreen tree, all of that is in practice to worship the god Odin, a Norse god named Odin, who you have no idea about. You don't even know who you worshiping, but on that day you worshiping a god named Odin. You also worshiping a Persian god named Nimrod. You're worshiping all these gods and deities, and you're not worshiping the Most High. You think you're worshiping Jesus Christ on December 25th? Somebody's lying to you. And the worst part about it is they told you They told you to your face that, well, it's not his birthday. We don't know when he was born, but that's just the day that we use to represent his birth. They tell you they're lying about it to your face, and you still go along with the okie doke because you love being lied to. You understand? But these are the reasons why you're being lied to, because you don't care about the Most High. You don't want to hear what God got to say about anything. So you're gonna say that the Bible is a white man's book whenever it's convenient for you. You understand? You're gonna say that the ISUPK is a hate group and we racist whenever it's convenient for you. Except every 4 years when you get treated like dog water by a president who cares nothing about you and does nothing for you. You understand? Then you'll know that the ISUPK is right when we say Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. I mean, your oppressor, the president of the United States, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You'll hear us then. You'll hear us when your light bill goes up 1,000%. You'll hear us when the gas prices are, it's cheaper to walk because gas is so high. You'll believe us then. You'll believe us when a celebrity come out and say the same things we saying. You'll believe us when the white man come out and say the same things we saying. Well, this is your warning. You should heed it now. Don't wait until Esau come and tell you the truth. That can only come every so often. Here we are right here in 2024 telling you that your president is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And you ought to listen. If I could, let me get Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. You start 24.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 24. And when her days to be delivered was fulfilled, behold.
Talking about Rebecca, right?
Yeah, right.
Behold. Right, we're talking about Rebecca. This is Salaki for me, real quick. Salaki. This is Jacob's wife, Rebecca. She's pregnant. Salaki. All right, go ahead.
Isaac's wife.
Salaki, Isaac's wife.
And when her days to be delivered was fulfilled, behold, there was twins in her womb.
Right, Rebecca was pregnant with twins. Okay, the twins are in her womb, and she's struggling. She troubled, like, you know what I'm saying. It's a struggle in her womb. These twins are fighting in the womb.
Right.
So before they was even born, they was at odds with each other. They was enemies before they even came out the vortex. You know what I'm saying? Before they broke through the vortex, before they broke through that womb, they was already enemies. All right, keep going.
Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right. Now, who's red all over?
Right.
Before we go there, who's red all over? Somebody from the chat. Anybody in the chat, let us know who's red all over and hairy, like a hairy garment. Just red and hairy all over. Just imagine something coming out of that woman, and instead of it looking like a normal child, because of course this ain't normal, to see something come out in this red all over and hairy, it's not normal. Look, I know the first thing you probably think when you imagine this scene, you probably think of like a demon. You probably think of like a devil baby with horns, you know what I'm saying, with fur and goat feet. You probably think she done had a goat human baby. You know what I mean? And trust me, you wouldn't be wrong, but that's the Hollywood way of thinking. That's why you see in these Hollywood movies, when the woman pregnant with like an omen baby, and she got a demon baby growing inside her, the baby come out and it's all hairy. It's hairy and covered in blood. Where do you think they get that image from? They get that image from this book right here. Right. What y'all don't know, what y'all fail to realize is most of the things that are in the Bible, like I said, Esau knows this book. Your oppressor knows the Bible. He don't know it like I know the Bible. He don't know it like Officer Esau know the Bible, but he know it to the extent where he's read it probably 1,000 times. You understand? and they've studied this Bible, and of course, the them studying the Bible is their way of keeping us from knowing the Bible.
Right.
They make sure that they know the Bible well enough so that we never realize that we are the Israelites in the Bible. And we never realize that they are this demon baby that's growing inside of Rebecca. You understand? So they painted, they made these Hollywood movies and they put the UFO in the sky, but the UFO got little green men in it. And that's not in the Bible.
Right.
They make possession, they make demon possession look like a Halloween movie. You understand? And then the possessed person, her head spin around in 360 and then start throwing up everywhere. That's not demonic possession. You know what demonic possession looks like? And I don't mean to go off on a tirade, but demonic possession looks like this: weed addiction, fentanyl addiction, cocaine addiction. You understand? Sexual, what is it called? Sex addiction. You're addicted to sex. You're addicted to, whores. You buy prostitutes. That's a demonic possession.
Right.
You understand? You want to be a ride. You want to ride on niggas. No homo. No dick. You want to ride on your enemies. You know what I mean? You want to hit a lick. You want to shoot. You know what I'm saying? You want to do a drive by. You want to slide on the ops. That's demonic. That's how demonic possession looks.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to leave your husband. You want to overtalk your husband. You want to, you know what I mean? Every time your husband talking, you got something slick to say out your mouth. You want your opinion and your thought is more important to you than what your husband is telling you. You think you know better than him. That's demonic possession.
Right.
You ain't have to. Have you ever seen somebody spin their head around and throw up? They wouldn't live. They would be. They would die. That would be death on the scene. Nigga head spin all the way around. You're dead. There's no possession at all. You give up the ghost.
Right.
That's how demonic possession looks. Not how Hollywood paints it. But of course, white people don't understand the Bible how we understand the Bible. They're looking at the Bible through their white eyes. You understand? Yes, that's the answer right there. That's who comes out red all over and hairy. Not a demon baby, technically. You know what I mean? Not a creature from the pits of hell, technically. But in the same breath, yes, a goddamn creature from the pits of hell. An evil bastard with no good intentions. All right? That's who comes out red and hairy. That's who calls themselves rednecks. Who calls themselves redneck? That's Esau.
Right.
Who has to shave every 38 hours because they can't stop growing hair? You know what I'm saying? Hair just grows in every crack and every crevice, every part of the surface of their body. It's just hair everywhere. They gotta go and get full body waxes. They gotta get full body Brazilian waxes, and somebody gotta take a strip of wax and just put it all the way down their arm, all on their knuckles, all on their ankles and toes, everywhere. Wax is just everywhere. Hair is getting removed everywhere. It's a messy sight. They probably spend thousands a day on goddamn waxing. You know what I'm saying? That's your oppressor. That's Esau. That's him. That's the white man. That's who the Bible is speaking about when it talks about Esau. Okay. Is there any more on that?
Come. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
They called his name Esau because he was red. He was red and his skin pigment was gone. He didn't have no skin pigment. That's why you see the blood through his skin. I'm gonna show y'all this book. There's a book called Edom, the ancient Ancient Empire of Rome, I believe it's called. Uh, matter of fact, let me double check. Check my notes real quick. So log in. Da-da-da. The Roman Empire, right? The Empire of the Edomite. That's what it's called. The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. I'm gonna put it on the screen. All right, because again, this ain't just my words. I mean, this is in the Bible, and scholars have proven what we saying. Scholars are writing books proving it. So it's not just coming from me. You gotta take my word for it. All right, hold on. This one is on eBay. I don't mean to share the link. Hold on, let me see. See if I can get it. I just need a picture of it. Just getting booted. All right, so you should be able to see it on your screen. You can see it.
I can see it.
All right, so these are books written. This is written by an author named William Beeston. All right, so these aren't this is history. You know what I'm saying? This is proven history. This ain't just my word against somebody else's word. You can go and look these things up. People are writing books about it. If you the only way you can write a book about something is if you have some hard evidence on it. Otherwise, it'll be classified as fiction. All right, I'm gonna give you another one too. Esau, Edom. What's it called? Esau, Edom, Rome. It's another book called Esau, Edom, Rome. All right, I'm gonna put that up too. Now these are all books that you can absolutely go and purchase if you want to read more about it. There's another book called. I'm gonna just share this whole screen right now. There's another book called Who is Edom? I mean, all of these books right here, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite, who is Edom, or who is Esau, Edom? Esau's Edom in Rome, a unified kingdom. You understand? What other books we got? Esau, Edom, Rome, the hidden identity of the man of sin. Okay. We got Jacob, Israel versus Esau, Edom. These are books that you can go and find on a bookshelf in a library somewhere. It'll show you exactly what we're saying.
Right.
All right. So I just proved to you that Alexander, who is a known Greek man, a known white man, very popular. He gets taught every high schooler knows who Alexander the Great is because they teach about him in history. They teach you that he's a Greek. They teach you he's a Greek man, a white man, but they don't know who the black man in Yahushua is. Right? They don't know half of the people in the Bible. Who are all these saints that white people keep talking about? We got Saint Peter, Saint Paul, and Saint Patrick, and all these different saints. Who are these saints? Where are they getting these saints from? These aren't our saints. These are saints that they worship.
Right.
that they reverence. Those saints that they Saint Patrick is not in the Bible. Somebody show me where Saint Patrick is in the Bible. I'll wait. You're not gonna find it. And saying if I could, let me get the book of where it says son of perdition. When it talks about son of perdition. That what is that? Second Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Right. The book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. Unfortunately, you have been deceived.
Right.
You have been absolutely deceived. All right. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child, you going to church every Sunday, you being deceived. You celebrating Christmas, you being deceived. If you celebrate at Halloween, ain't y'all about to celebrate Thanksgiving? You are deceived. And it's all because of this man right here. Now, when I say this man, I don't mean just him. He ain't as powerful. He ain't got that much damn power. Can y'all see the screen? It's like,
You can see it.
I just want to make sure y'all see the screen. Okay. This man right here got you deceived. And you so deceived that you went and voted for him. You went out and voted for this man right here. And if you didn't vote for this man, then you voted for another deceiver, Kamala Harris. Either way, you went out and you voted for a deceiver.
That's right.
Which is what the word devil even means. Help me out. Am I wrong? You got the Bible dictionary?
I got a precept.
If I could you give?
I got a precept on
ahead.
Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out.
You got it. Go ahead and break it down.
Right. So that old serpent, that dragon, when you read in Revelation 12, that dragon come from that serpent. That same deceiver, that serpent done grew into a dragon. He was cast out World War III. When they speak of Satan and his angel fought, that's this man and his army. He already started building I think the Space Force. So they're getting ready to set for this prophet is to come to pass. And this devil, he gonna be cast out of heaven, which deceiveth the whole world, which is what they do. Deceiving.
And that's what they're doing right now, deceiving. Every 4 years they deceive you.
Right.
Every 4 years they tell you everything you want to hear. They want you to believe in their policies, and you know what I'm saying. They get you going against your own people. It's a sad day in hell when you see a so-called Mexican supporting Donald Trump because of his border policies.
Right.
Like goddamn, like help me understand. I don't even want to understand. Like, how do you come to that conclusion? I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump because of his border policies. Because he wants to close the border for Mexicans. Nigga, you're Mexican. You Mexican, and you talking about you want Trump to close the borders for your own people. That is some tomcoonery that I've never seen before.
Right.
That is crazy to me. That is crazy. Right. Like damn, like you hate your people so much. Like you hate yourself so much. Right. That you go and vote for a man who hates you more than you. I don't even know who hates who more than who. I don't know. I don't know if you probably hate Mexicans more than Donald Trump hate Mexicans. You voted for him. Like what sense does that make? And I've seen Mexicans. I've seen it, well, not in person, but I seen a video. It was a Mexican cat, and he was heckling the he was a Trump supporter, and he was heckling other Mexicans. He was like, "If you don't like it, go back to Mexico." Crazy as hell. That's like a nigga. That's like a nigga going up to another nigga and saying, "Well, if you don't like it, go back to Africa."
Right. I'm confused.
What the fuck you mean, bro? That shit's crazy. If you don't know by now, America belongs to the Mexicans. You dummy.
Right.
You are dumb and stupid and silly as can be. You want to close up America from the Mexicans when America belongs to the Mexicans and the Native Indians? How foolish do you sound?
Right.
You sound like a complete dumbass. Go ahead.
And you notice when they speak of the illegal immigrants, they only speaking of Israel. They will never speak
Right.
of no Asian, no East Indian, they always speaking of Hispanic, Mexican, Guatemalan. They always speaking of our people. You know, like it show how much that they hate us, who the whole world after us, and they turn you on your own people.
Sad. But here's why. I'm gonna put y'all on some more news. Citizenship, according to the Constitution, only belongs to white people. According to the Constitution, I'm gonna show it to you. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This is the I'm in the I'm looking at the article right here. It says the U.S. Constitution has become so familiar to Americans and so influential around the world that it's easy to forget what a revolutionary document it was at the time of its enactment. Nothing better illustrates this than Article 1, Section 2, which established the U.S. House of Representatives. I don't think this is what I need. Let me drop down. Mm-mm-mm. It's just three qualifications of members of the House. Hold on, let me go back 1 second. Article 1, Section 2. Damn it. I'm gonna find it, but somewhere along the lines of the Constitution, it states that only white male landowners could vote, and only white people can be citizens. Now, of course, the voting thing got amended, but the citizenship thing never changed. All right. So as far as the Constitution is concerned, you're not a citizen of America if you are not white. So when you say that they don't talk about the immigrants that's coming from like Russia, Ukraine, or Germany, and none of those other places, when they come here, they're guests and guests of honor, really. You know what I'm saying? When they brought them Ukrainians over here for refuge, they didn't need no green card. They didn't have to fight in the army to get no citizenship. They didn't have to get a visa. They didn't have to go through the hoops and hurdles that Mexicans and other so-called illegal immigrants have to go through to get citizenship here. They just came here, got handed some keys to a car, keys to a house, some food stamps, and a job, and it was good to go. But if you're a Mexican, you're an illegal immigrant. You know what I mean? You gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say only thing I just put in only white people can be citizens. And they say yes for over a century and a half. Only white people were allowed to become citizens of the United States. That was in 1790 or something like that.
Yeah, but when did it change? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When did
And it's
that
so
change?
the amendment established birthright citizenship, meaning that Anyone born in U.S. is automatically citizen. However, Native America was not legally declared citizen until 1924.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
it's
okay, that's crazy as hell. You know what I mean? But this is the country that you serving. This is the country that you voting for. Voting
right.
for what? To continue to be a slave? Like you love being a slave so much that you want to cast a vote to say, yes, master, I want to slave under you for 4 more years. I want to be your slave for another 4 years. Let me please, master, let me please be your slave, master, for another 4 years. I don't want to be no goddamn slave. I vote for Christ to come back and turn this place on his ass. Excuse my language.
Right.
That's what my vote goes to. My vote is so that a black man named Yahushua comes back and destroys this place
All right.
and puts me in rulership, puts my people in rulership. You know what I'm saying? Put crowns on our heads so that we can rule over these nations. Because we're gonna do it righteously, man. You ain't gonna see police brutality how you see it today. It's gonna be the law, and it's gonna be punishments for breaking the law. But you ain't like this. You ain't gonna see me abusing my power. Listen, even the Bible say that you can only give a slave, I believe it's 40 lashes. I could be misquoting, but it's a
Right.
certain number of lashes that you can give your slave, but you can't give him a lick more. You can
Right.
do anything under that, but you can't give him nothing more than 40. That's mercy. You understand? That is mercy. And no, it's not talking about us. Let me get, if I could, real quick.
Yeah, I think it
What,
was in Leviticus or number. Let me see.
which one are you talking about?
About the 40.
Yeah, you can get that. I'm gonna get Colossians 3:22 real quick because people think that so you can get the 40 lashes thing. I'm gonna read this real quick because people think that every time you see servants or in this case people love to, like Christians, they don't read the Bible. Like they say they believe in the King James version of the Bible, but they always quote the NIV, which is, to me, it stands for niggas not included version. But they always read. They say that they read the King James, but they always quote the NIV, the niggas not included version, where it says slaves obey your masters. If you believe in the King James, you read the King James Bible, it does not say slaves. Like that lets me know that you don't read the Bible. You just listen to whatever you told. That alone tells me that you don't read the Bible. If you read the Bible, you would know. And I'm about to read it to you. All right. But you think that whenever you see the word servant or if you see the word slave, you instantly think of yourself. Why you got to be the slave? That's a slave mindset to have. To see the word slave or servant and automatically think, see, it's talking about us. No, it don't have to be. I mean, according to the context, you got to read the context of it to know who it's
Right.
talking about. But the first thing black people do is they think of themselves when it talks about. So when they bring up the slaves obey your masters, they instantly put themselves in the shoes of the slave and not the shoes of the masters. Like as if you can't be a master. You understand? But I'm gonna read. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 22. It says, "Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh." This is not talking about slaves. You understand? It's talking about servants. And don't you serve the Most High? Don't you
Right.
serve Christ? Wasn't Christ walking in the flesh? Wasn't he a master in the flesh? You know what I'm saying? Didn't he have flesh and bones just like you and me? And he was a master. And if you serve Christ, then you a servant unto your master Christ. And there's other masters that walk the earth. You know what I'm saying? Commander Johanna is a master.
Right.
Captain Kahantham Yard is a master. Officer Madabar is a master. Officer Yasad is a master. and he has servants. And if you are a good servant, you would obey in all things your masters, according to the flesh, not
Right.
with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. Meaning you're not going to serve them just to look like you serve them. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but I don't want to. Like, well, I'm gonna do this, but not even I don't want to, because I can understand somebody not wanting to do something, but getting it done, that's important. You know what I mean? But
Right.
you don't just put on the show like you a good servant. You know what I'm saying? You actually you believe it in your spirit. That's what you want in your spirit. And so even the things that you don't want to do, you do them because you want to be a good servant. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a good student. You want to be a good brother. You want to be a good son to your father. And your father is a master. Your
Right.
father is master over you. You understand? So that's what this scripture is talking about. And it can be talking about slaves. And this is what I'm gonna tell my goddamn slaves in the kingdom of heaven. Hey, listen, you goddamn stinking Edomite.
Hmm.
You obey in all things your masters. You
Right.
understand? You want 40 lashes? I'm gonna show you this now. We're gonna show you the scripture with the 40 lashes. Let's get it.
Right. And Salakia. And then, with us being a master, we righteous masters. Like they was wicked.
Right,
Esau, including us,
right,
they sleeping with our wives and children, sleeping with us. Like they was wicked, but whenever we rule, we still gonna rule according to our laws, statutes, and commandments. How the
right.
scriptures say, when the wicked rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But Deuteronomy 25 and 3, it say, 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, least if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee. And so
If I yeah, can we?
oh, all right.
Oh,
No,
no, my bad. I was gonna say because you start a verse above, but it's like
right. I'm gonna start from verse 2. But
right,
just reading that, I remember when I first read that, I told my daddy, man, y'all came up that sled because my daddy would give us like 100 licks and stuff. Like he whip us till we,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Man, I wish he would have
yeah,
been following this no more than 40. Cause shit,
yeah,
yeah, 100 licks,
yeah,
150, and your mama get on you, she just hitting you everywhere, not stopping. You just
yeah.
going
And then she
crazy.
gonna hit you with that. Then she gonna hit you with that. Oh, you want something to cry for? I'll give you something to cry for. Like, oh, you gave me something to cry for already. You're right, man. They got that animosity of the slaves on them. That's really what it is. They just carried that.
Yeah, because
Yeah, they
my
carried
daddy,
that hatred.
right. And my daddy, he was one that he gonna whip you till you cry. And when you're young, 12, 13, you try to be hard. So I
Mm-hmm.
ain't trying to cry, and he
Mm-hmm.
just going with it.
Yep.
But anyway,
Yep.
you want me to start from
That's
verse
right.
2? Right.
Yes, please. Genesis.
Deuteronomy,
What's the chapter again? Oh,
Deuteronomy chapter
Deuteronomy.
25,
Deuteronomy. All right.
verse 2. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face, according to his
Mm-hmm.
fault, by a certain number. Verse 3. 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, least if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee. You know,
Oh, Salaki. So this is about punishing your brother.
right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
It's a lot.
Salaki. This ain't even talking about you Edomites, man. Y'all. I'm sorry. Unless you show me where it say that I can't beat the skin off of my Edomite slave, y'all got a bad day coming.
Right. And so like Paul, I think Second Corinthians, I think it's 11 or something. Paul, he was beaten 5 times, 40 times, saved one. So 4 times
Mm-hmm.
gave him 40 licks, and one time they gave him 39 licks.
Mm-hmm.
He was beaten by the Jews.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, well, they ain't gonna break the law, but they gonna give you they gonna give it to you though.
They're gonna go to the ultimate, All right.
That's messed up. That is messed up. But I mean, look, that's the law though. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty in the brotherhood that's found in the Bible. You know what I mean? So even when you punishing a brother, you cannot exceed the punishment. Like you can't give him an excessive punishment. You can't
Right.
give your
And so
brother no excessive punishment. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh, and I wanted to say on verse 2, it say, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten. That's important
Right.
because, a lot of time Esau whipped the
Hey,
just
Salaki, my bad, real quick. Take control, Bubba Shah. I'm gonna be right back.
no
Be right
sweat.
back.
Yeah, on verse 2, it say, and it shall be if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be worthy, and the scripture gives you rules what cause, what worthy is. Not, just because you black. You know what I'm saying? Because you look me in the eye. Something like that, See us coming up, our race of people in this kingdom, you know, a black man couldn't even look a white man in the eye. You walking, he talking to you, you gotta put your head down. Cause if you look at him as a man, eye to eye like a man, he'll feel threatened and whoop you for that, and you couldn't say nothing. He will whip you when you're not even worthy to be whipped. Everything got to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just do things just to do. I would tell my dad that a lot because he like to tell me, "Oh, you want to follow the law? So you gonna kill your child? So like you gonna unalive your child?" And then I would go to the scripture and say, y'all Christians don't know the Bible. Y'all tell people our kids were bad, and all of a sudden we just went and stoned them. Then they asked where Uncle Boy at. Oh, last night he said to me, I stoned him. He buried, he buried in the backyard. Nah, no, the scripture tell you, spare not the rod. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why you got scripture spare not the rod and all that? Because we correct our child. But when you read the verse,
Mm-hmm.
it say, if thy son be a glutton and a drunkard, and after correcting him so
Mm-hmm.
much, he a whole drunkard, so you know that's a grown person. Ain't no little five
Right.
years old, no 10-year old. You know what I'm saying? But if you let a
Right.
Christian tell you, they'll tell you the minute your child act up, you would just unalive your child. When the scriptures say foolishness is bound in the child, but the rod of correction draws it forth from it. So we have to rightly divide these scriptures. That's all I want to say. Oh, Salak, you kind of look like you froze.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but we can hear you though. I can hear you.
You hear me? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on one second. I'm gonna have to refresh.
No sweat. You know what I'm saying? So we have to go according to these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, like the brother showed, Esau is the white man, and the white man is the devil that deceived the whole world, and that's just in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's who. That's the devil. That's a deceiver. You know, he got all our people believing Christ, the Israelite, the Most High, all look like him. So telling you nobody could keep God's laws. When us, we've been following laws. We was breaking the Most High law. Then we go into captivity. Now we got to keep their laws.
Mm-hmm.
Our people, man, there's not even no law tell you that you have to vote. Our people gonna vote as if it is the law, trying to keep their
Yep.
laws to the T. But yet
Yep.
they'll tell you you can't keep the Most High laws. That's the
Mm-hmm.
deceit. The white man is the devil that the Bible speak of.
All right. Speaking of which, if I could, let's get back to Second Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Right.
I'm gonna show y'all something, man. Y'all voted. Speaking on voting, y'all voted for the son of perdition, man. And it's
Right.
not like if you would have, if Kamala would have Harris would have been, if Kamala Harris would have won, it wouldn't have been no different. You know
Same
what I
thing.
mean? No different. Here's the difference. Donald Trump, because he's in office, Mexicans are going to go through complete and utter hell. The
Right.
Mexican people are going to be in the worst condition that they have been in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen what happened to the Mexicans when he was in office the last time. You seen what happened to the Haitians. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just think about that and times it by 10. Because now this devil he got full reign. He basically got full reign right now. This devil about to let himself all the crimes that he done committed. You know what I'm saying? That damn it don't even matter right now. And here's the problem. Here's the problem too. You elected a goddamn felon into the office.
Right.
That sets precedence. Like that sets precedence. You know what I'm saying? To people who have felonies now. Like right now, because Donald Trump is the newly elected president, it's safe to say that a felon can do anything. So you cannot.
Right.
If I got a felony on my record, you shouldn't say a goddamn thing to me
Right.
because a felon
Right.
is in the presidency.
Yeah.
Felon is in the White House right now. Don't felons got some type of rights? If a felon can be a president, can't I get this goddamn minimum wage job?
Right.
You paying me nothing. The highest paid person in the country is a felon. It's the
Right.
highest paying job in America. You telling me I can't get this job that pays $17 an hour? This job that pays $8 an hour, $10 an hour? Because I got a felony? This person got 34 felonies
34. Oh, damn.
and counting. He about to get some. He got some more pending cases and all type of stuff. So, like, real quick before I go too far, Shalom, Officer Madabar, Shalom, Lord of Christ,
Shalom, Yahweh.
Wada for joining us. You know what I mean? This damn devil got felonies on felonies, but he's he's about to be in the highest position. He done got promoted to the highest position known in the country with 34 felonies.
How you position in the world. And Salaki, I wanted to say,
Facts.
yeah, and I want to say they might well just take that part off your application, have you committed a felony. And they also
Might as well.
right, and the 3 strike rule. I thought 3 strike you was out. He got
He
30.
got 35 fucking straight.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse my language.
Yeah, he did now 12 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was after 3-time felony, you know, that third offense, you supposed to be going away for good, throw away the key. But yet this man
not for him.
34, and then they promote him to the highest position on the face of the earth. Yeah, in no position higher than the president of the United States. You know?
He can make war with whoever the hell he want to make war with.
Right.
He give the order and it gets done. When it comes to he's what they call it commander in chief.
Right.
He's commander in chief. He gets
Oh no, I was gonna say on January 6th, he never even told him to storm the Capitol. All he did just had to insinuate it, and it got done.
And it's gonna get done. And you think that y'all think that like he don't just got power over the military. That's what you don't understand. Donald Trump don't just got power over the military. He got dominance over militants, over mercenaries, over you know what I'm saying, hitmen. You understand? He got hitmen and all that.
Yeah,
just wait till the drop. Just wait till he drop his album. He about to drop a 5 mixtape. Hey, speaking of which, Kodak Black and what's one name? Fabio Foreign, they dropped a track featuring Donald Trump. Like, of course, Donald Trump wasn't literally on it, but it was like showing how he impacted the black community. Donald Trump impacted the black community and all this stuff. It's basically like a tribute to Donald Trump, which is crazy as hell to me. But
Worshiping your
yeah, he
presence.
about to drop a fire album.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. But yeah, let's get back to this man of perdition, man. Baba
Right.
Kushel.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day
Mm-hmm.
shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Right.
And
Listen,
that
we gotta
man,
fall away.
right,
Listen, we gotta segregate from
right,
Esau. We gotta separate from this place, man. They are already separated from each other. It's a whole war between the Democrats and the Republicans. It's a whole war between left and right,
right,
far left and far right, and conservative and liberals. It's a whole war between Antifa and Proud Boys and all them. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole war, and it's not just political. It's not just a political war. It's a full frontal war. Like
right.
they literally throwing bows. I don't know if y'all seen, but last night while the election was happening, the police had to shut down Antifa because they was starting a riot.
Damn.
Last night, Antifa started a riot. So on both sides, you got militants who are ready to kill Slacky, who are ready to unalive and be unalived for their cause.
Right.
They're ready to do it. And that's what's going to happen. That's all prophesied in the Bible to happen. Everybody gonna fall away. Everybody. Americans gonna fall away. Ukrainians gonna fall away. Russians gonna fall away. Everybody. The Russians and the Ukrainians are the same people. Literally. Like not even the fact that they both white. They are part of the same goddamn region.
Right.
Like Ukraine is a Russian country.
Damn right. It's a
And
lot.
they fell away. They fell apart. Go ahead.
And I wanted to say, with the falling away, which is happening, all of these institutions like Christianity. For so long, Christianity was held out as the standard of the Most High. But now, all of these is falling away. They stars is falling. You know what I'm saying? You see T.D. Jakes talking about being swallowed. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole religion is just falling and not being naked before the world. Our people looked up to the stars that they lifted up amongst our people. You see them falling. So you seeing their life with the baby or and everything. You know what I'm saying? Their whole kingdom got to fall because it was such a strong hold to our people. I think Rob Bone, my son-in-law, he had posted with the Arabs. They dancing looking like they all some fruitcakes or something. They just the men. They twerking and everything. They go,
my bad. Not to cut you off. So the sister, the beautiful daughter of yours, that's Kayala.
God. Damn right.
Kayala is your daughter. Most High Christ, man. Hey man, hey, listen, I want to shout y'all out, you know what I'm saying? Kayala and her husband were all born Officer 500. Beautiful marriage, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, may the Lord bless y'all for many, many, many years and give y'all some beautiful kids, and you know what I'm saying. Also, your side could have some wonderful, beautiful grandbabies. You understand? Right. Christ. All right, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
My bad. I just wanted to put that up.
Oh yeah, the water for the. All right, except they're coming falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, that man of sin is being revealed right now.
Right.
We revealing him right before your eyes. Are you gonna wake up and see it? Are you gonna open your eyes and see who the son of perdition is, who the man of sin really is? I just showed you the book. Even scholars are writing books about who the man of sin is. Everybody knows it's not rocket science. It ain't something that's hard to understand. All you gotta do is look at who is the most evil person, who's the most evil people in all of the world. White people. They're the evilest. Is it not? Is it not a fact? Who listen? Who? I'll take it off of black and white. Yeah, they love to say it ain't black and it ain't all black and white. No sweat. Who the one that put Jewish people in ovens?
All right.
Who after 9/11, who dropped bombs over Afghanistan and not just targeting, the people who did it, targeting everybody? Who did that? Who was targeting every Palestinian over there in like the Hezbollah or whatever? Who's targeting every one of them? Not just the people that did dirty stuff to them. Who's targeting the children over there? Who doing it? Who put diseases? Who gave the Native Indians diseases by giving them blankets? Trying to make it seem like they are doing a nice thing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do a nice gesture for the Native Indians, giving them blankets filled with diseases, smallpox and syphilis and all this, or whatever it is, and those things. Who did that? Who is the most evil, sinful people on the earth? Your oppressor.
Right.
And that's being revealed right now in 2024. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to read this precept when you're talking about, they gave them blankets that were filled with smallpox. Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word was softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords.
Who did that?
Giving them blankets, but they were filled with diseases. That's crazy.
Yeah, gave them treaties, like try to win them over with signing treaties and ceasefires and broke every single one of them. Right. Words smoother than butter, man. He real slick the way he talk. He think he's, and that's how they are today. You talk to a white man, he's gonna tell you, he gonna be so slick with it. Hey man, listen, man, you ask the white man if he love black people. Watch how slick he get. Listen, man, I love all people. I love everybody, man. I love all people. I asked you about black people, man. Do you love black? Hey man, look, come on, man. Are we gonna make this black and white? He real slick, man.
He real slick. I'm thinking about the job I used to work on. They told this black man Monday, he told him he was doing a good job and fired him Tuesday. They'll fire you with a smile. God damn. They fired me. He shook my hand. He shook my hand and told me he's sorry to let me go. Nigga, if you're sorry, give me my job. Don't look at me. What? I'm telling you, he's going crazy.
Oh my God.
Fire you with a smile.
That's your person.
Right.
That's your oppressor, man. War is in his heart. What is where that scripture at? Hold on. You know what I mean? They say peace, but war is in his heart.
Son of perdition. Oh yeah.
I think that's that was. Damn, you just read. I'm tripping.
55:21, right? And I wanted to read another.
I'm thinking another one too.
Oh,
drawn swords. Is that the next verse?
That was it too. Yeah, 55 and 21. Psalm 55:21. Let me see. Right. His word was softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right. That's it right there. His word is softer than oil. He make it sound so nice and soft. He'll shake your hand and smile in your face. But whole time his other hand, while he holding this hand, the other hand got a knife in it. So you ain't gonna see him stab you in the back when he reach around. He hold your hand with this one and stab you in your back with the other. You understand? You said you had another preset?
Yeah, I was looking for the one in the Apocrypha when they tell you that wickedness was increased. I want to read that one first, then I want to read that Malachi. You know, because Christians like to try to save Esau, but you know the Bible say the Lord hate them forever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
must.
Well, while you find that, I'm gonna just let them know, like, you know what I'm saying. We already done revealed. You know what I'm saying. The son of perdition, the man of sin, is being revealed right now. You know what I mean. We tied Alexander the Great, which is a known Greek white man.
Right,
We were able to tie him to the Macedonians, who are Greeks. We were able to tie the Greeks to Haman, who was a descendant of Amalek. Amalek is a son of Esau, man, a descendant
right,
of Esau. So there's no denying it. Ain't no denying that Esau is the white man. That's biblical.
mm,
We ain't go nowhere but the Bible while proving this. Every source that we gathered, we gathered it within the Bible,
right,
and we added other sources outside the Bible to further prove what the Bible is saying.
right,
That's all we've done all night. So you can't sit here and say that the Esau is not the white man when we seeing it right here in front of us.
right. It's a
But you
lot
got
there.
it.
And you
Mm-hmm.
can't save Esau either. You know, our people think Esau could repent. So let me give you Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, which is what they did
Mm.
in the Renaissance. They rebuilt.
Mm.
Thus said the
Yep.
Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people. So this is their whole race against whom the Lord had indignation forever. So man, there's no turning
Mm.
around for Esau. This is a people the Most High hate, and you know what I'm saying. And this is perfect hatred. You know what I'm saying. So you know, just know that your slave master, you know, one day he probably be your slave. You know, if you make it
Yeah.
in the, you know what I'm saying, and have some type of rank in the
Mm-hmm.
kingdom. You know, because these
Mm-hmm.
people here, man, there's no hope for them. There's no hope. They was made to be destroyed. They called the son of perdition. Perdition is destruction. The Most High made them to destroy because that's all they do is destroy the earth. They live by the sword. Everything they do is destroy the trees. Man, I think in Ezekiel, I think it said the trees gonna be happy when this man be put down, or they're not
Mm-hmm. Damn
like
right.
destroy the
That's
whole
Ezekiel.
earth. Damn right.
Mm-hmm. You got another preset?
Uh, I mean, so with Esau, you know, you got Obadiah. Let me see Obadiah. I think it said who habitation is high. Esau loved them big
Yeah.
50 stories building and stuff. Let
Let
me see
me.
what.
I'm gonna. While you get that, I'm gonna get Isaiah 14 real quick to go with what you just was saying.
Right,
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So we talked about Jacob and Esau being born. You know what I'm saying? Esau was the first one that came out. He was red all over like a hairy garment. You know what I'm saying? But after him came out his brother, his twin brother, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? The good twin. Esau is the evil twin. Like you also
right,
hear about in them Hollywood movies and TV and all that stuff, how people got the evil twin. Well, Esau was Jacob's evil twin, right?
right,
And the Most High said he gonna choose Jacob and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now, who is the stranger? He's talking about these heathens. These
Right.
heathens, when the Most High gives Israel their land back, the other nations are going to be there too. Don't get it twisted. Other nations are going to be right alongside with us. But here's the condition, right? Verse 2. And the people, meaning the Israelites, shall take them, meaning the other nations, the strangers, and bring them to their place. So the Israelites are gonna put those strangers in their place. There's a place for you strangers in the kingdom of heaven. Oh yes, hallelujah. There's a place for you strangers in the kingdom of heaven.
Terror.
In the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. What does the word possess mean? Possess means to own.
Right.
So you're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. You're gonna be there. It's a place for you there. It's a place for you. This is the part where you start shouting and screaming hallelujah and praise dancing.
Start feeling that chill.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somebody need to come and catch you. so I gotta hold you, like gotta hold their hands out for you so you can fall.
They gonna start with that.
They gonna need some fans. They gonna get you some fans and stuff. And you just gotta hold it. Just hold it. But here's the thing: you're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven in possession, man. Those strangers, those heathens, every other nation outside of Israel is gonna be a servant and a handmaid to Israel, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Now, feel this real quick. 2 points. One, if this is not blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if this is the small hat people that's living in Israel right now, well, one, why don't they have everybody in servitude? Why don't they have everybody serving them? You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying, if you don't see it that way, right? Because you're not in Israel serving Israel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking so that your average, your everyday thinking mind can understand. If you looking at this like they are the true people of Israel, if they God's chosen people, why hasn't this prophecy came through? Because according to you, God gave them that land. God put them back in their land, and that's what this whole prophecy is about. God putting the children of Israel back in their land, and the strangers gonna be joined with them and be a possession of them as servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Now, the captives, who were they captive to? Would you say the Germans? Okay. Well, if the Germans were if they were captive to the Germans, then why aren't the Germans in captivity in Israel?
Right.
Why aren't they slaves and servants in Israel? Because it's not talking about them. This is talking about black people. Right. This is talking about Hispanics. This is talking about Native Indians, and we were slaves. We were enslaved. We were servants. We were captives. We still are captives. And the day is coming where we no longer going to be the captives, but we're going to take them into captivity. Reading on, it says, and they shall rule over their oppressor. That's the day that we looking forward to. That's the day we hoping for. This is the day we believe. This is our faith right here. This is the patience and the faith of the saints, of the Israelites. Because we patiently waiting on that day. We doing what the Most High says in hopes that this day comes to pass. That we take our oppressor and we rule over them.
Damn right.
So like that. You got it.
Oh no, yeah. I was with Esau. We're gonna I'm gonna start Obadiah 1 and 3. It said, the pride of thy heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. You know, even in Job, it speak of them in the rock. Even they know they call themselves cavemen. You know, they led to dwell in the rock. Whose habitation is high. So they led to be high. You know what I'm saying? They love to live on the 100th floor. You know, that's Esau. You know. That said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Like right now, like how Trump speak. You can see how he's speaking. Like, what nation is able to come against a white man? Whether you in Russia, whether you in Israeli, France, and it is no dark race upon the earth that coming against Esau. He's saying, "Who shall bring me down?" They're gonna have to fight each other until Christ comes. All right. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which we all know that's their symbol, that's Esau, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, they got the space force and they put their nest above Israel. You know when Joseph had his dream, he said he dreamed about the sun, the moon, and 11 stars made obeisance to him. Christ is the bright and morning star. We are the ones that gonna shine in the earth. We are the light of the earth. But yet they put themselves above us. They
Right.
sit above the most high people. This where I bring thee down, say the Lord. So Esau will be brought down. But there's so much precept in these scriptures pointing to the white man as Esau, which is the devil the Bible speak about. He's just playing as they.
Mm-hmm.
And Most High in Christ for Commander Junior Hanna breaking down these scriptures, what I'm saying, letting us know. Because a lot of it, we was
Same
blind.
way.
We was in Christianity wondering, like, I remember when something would happen to us, for nothing, and we'd be, I bet if it was a white man, would have been different. Like, we know
Yeah.
in our spirit, these people right here, it's just something, but that's just because they Esau. They have their little short time to rule.
Oh,
Right now, he's just let out for a moment, you know what I'm saying? Just deceive us again. But we must be in the highest UPK so the scales can fall for high. And then we ain't gonna be ignorant of Satan devices. That's all I wanted to say.
right. Look. That sounds great. One more before we go, right? One more, and oh, did you have something?
La
Did you have another piece? All right, let me get First Maccabees chapter 5, verse start at 1 real quick. We about up with time,
no
but
sweat.
I
The
think
book,
you start at 1, and then I'm gonna let you know to drop down.
no sweat. But the book of First Maccabees chapter
Okay,
5.
no, start at verse 3. Select it.
The book of First Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 3. Then Judah fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arabatam because they besieged Israel, and he gave them a
Now,
great overthrow.
right, and Esau, right. Now, if I could, right, Esau is, like we was just reading about, Esau is our oppressor, man. We read about him in Genesis 25, right? And Idumea is his kingdom, the kingdom of Edom. All right. Now drop down. Right. So now we know that we fighting against Esau, and the reason why we going here is because you have some people who believe Esau is the Arabs, and if that's the case, then well, we just gonna see. We're gonna read it real quick. We're gonna find out. No, I'm
It's
sorry.
like
Read 39, verse 39.
no sweat. Book of First Maccabees chapter 5 verse 39. He had also hired the Arabians to help them.
Who help who? Esau. How the hell
Right,
is Esau the Arabians if he
right,
hiring the damn Arabians?
right,
You understand? So they can't be the same people. This
right.
is y'all need to read the Bible. Y'all are not studying. The Bible says study to show yourself approved. You are not approved. What the Ninja Turtle nigga said? He's like you don't. He said you don't qualify. And y'all niggas do not qualify, man. It's right here in the Bible. Esau ain't the Arabs. Esau is the Greeks. All right. And it said right there, we was in First Back Maccabees chapter 5. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class. We over the time.
It's a lot. Oh,
Um.
now you were
hmm?
good with that. I know. I was about to say. I thought about when you say the Arabian. I was gonna read Galatians 4, which tell
Okay.
'cause, Ishmael come from Hagar. So it tells you this
Right.
not Esau. So Galatians chapter 4,
Mm-hmm.
24 and 25, real quick. He said, which things are an allegory. For these are the two covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which gender to bondage, which is Agar. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answer to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. With Hagar, that's Arabia. Hagar, which come from Ishmael, which is the Ishmaelites, and they is the
Mm-hmm.
Arab, the Ishmaelite, the
Mm-hmm.
Arab.
I'm right.
And they know
Right.
Ishmael is their father. They know Ishmael their father. I talked to them
Mm-hmm.
Arab, they be when I go in the store and they be, man, you got your wife know about each other. He be around here, they be hiding their women. I say, no, I'm an Israelite.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that they know who they are, though. That's all I wanted to
Yeah,
say.
they know. They know. Most time crap, man. Give it up. Great class. Excellent class. The water for being here with me. The water for reading for me. You know what I'm saying? Also 1,000 your side, your howdah. The water, everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? Walk for tuning in. Make sure I hit that like button and hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share this class and all that. You got the announcements?
Right, yeah, yeah. I got one right here. Let me read it. Security announcement. We are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shade themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3, 8 and 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocation. Announce holy convocation from sheep. So the next holy convocation we got would be the feast of dedication or Gabar to step out. I, but I think it's December 25th this year for 8 days. I ain't sure. If if anyone, it's a lucky. The yeah, the 20, but that fall on what, December 25th this year? I think December, yeah, on the Wednesday. But it is the ninth month of the 15th day. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, that's the end of the class. I think he drop out. I just wanted to say to
No, I'm
everybody,
right here.
oh, no sweat. All right. Yeah, so that was it with the announcement. You know,
Most
we're
time
going to
correct.
feed
So,
the water.
the water, shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabrak, thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shamar, all the thumb, Bashim, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters.
Y'all smart, talking about some y'all shop. All right.
All right, so that's this next.
Oh, Talaka, and y'all don't forget to pay y'all tithes. Don't forget to pay
Damn
your
right.
tithes. You know what I'm saying? Kwame y'all
All
shop.
right, we out. Kwame Yashala.